This is a story of a man, after being isekai'd for 17 years, comes back retaining his magical powers. But instead of changing the world and letting his presence be known, he chooses to become a YouTuber. Isekai Ojisan. The anime starts off with a man walking to the hospital, Takafumi. It's revealed that Takafumi is visiting his uncle, who was struck by a truck at age 17 and has been in a coma for 17 years. But he's recently awakened. The man is with his uncle to make him sign some papers to cut ties with him, meaning that, "Get a job, you useless piece of trash, I ain't gonna support you." When his uncle uses wind magic to lift a bottle and cup. While in complete shock and awe, his uncle tells that for the past 17 years, while in a coma, he's been isekai'd. The man tears up the "I'm cutting ties with you" papers and decides 1 week later he's going to make a living off his uncle's powers. The hilarious tales of Isekai Ojisan begin now. So, the man signs his uncle up for YouTube, and after a 60,000 yen payout, his uncle moves in with him. Ojisan is new to the modern world and still discovering the many technological advancements which have been made. He's living with Takafumi because his family was torn apart about what to do with him while he was in his coma, and many resent him. Ojisan tells that for 17 years in the other world he played solo, and everyone there was beautiful, meaning he must have looked ugly. He was constantly hunted down as an orc, persecuted, harassed, made fun of. If it weren't for his powers, he might have also been raped. It was a horrible place to be in. But now he's back to this world. This internet, Finza, waifus, and the emotional damaging slaughterhouse known as YouTube comments. Hey, it's not like this 100%. My YouTube comments have all been positive and helpful. Oji-san goes to Amazon and purchases an outdated flip phone. He then shows the time he once made a technological advancement in the other world. Using magic, he once created an infinite water vase to quench the thirst of a dehydrated village. But instead of thanking him, the village tried to kill him and destroy the vase. It was unacceptable in their religion. God likes his children thirsty. But there was one elf girl who tried to rescue him, and doing so by insulting him and trying to reason with the villagers. That story ended with him using magic and escaping. Oji-san sees a 1-minute notification to the auction and places a bid, not checking the shipping cost, which is really goddamn high. But if he were to pick up the package in person, he wouldn't have to pay for shipping. With that, Oji-san uses his magic and travels to a remote island to pick up the package. His nephew has just realized something. A witty plan to purchase things online without paying for shipping. With his uncle's magic, they can save big time. Oji-san is in love with video games, more specifically the video games from his childhood. Those created by Sega, like Sonic the Hedgehog. He may be a big-time virgin, but this doesn't mean he doesn't have some encounters with female. One time, he killed a monster to save a girl and her brothers. But as soon as they saw his horrendous, ugly, monkey-dory orc face, they pleaded for mercy. The female even offered Oji-san to take her life and spare her brothers. And after getting hit in the back of the head by her brothers and thrown off a cliff. As I said before, Oji-san's isekai life was hilarious, a dire hardship that no ordinary person could withstand. After this, the elf girl saved him at the brink of death, and to thank her, Oji-san put an extremely rare ring on her, unintentionally marrying her. Well, it's not like he knows, because afterward, he sold the ring and dumped a bunch of money on her, permanently destroying her dreams of happily ever after, prompting her to chase after him. Much like mine, Oji-san's YouTube views ain't growing. He needs a viral video, something to shock and awe the masses and grow his audience. Why do I feel like I should be taking notes? Oji-san uses dimensional inventory and comes across a viral idea. With magic, they'll make it seem like he's getting stabbed and emerge the other side completely unscathed. The video got 2 million views. Although on a rainy day, Oji-san is again battling his declining viewership, meaning they've got to tighten up their budget. It tells the story of how he once had an encounter in the other world like an RPG. At first, the villagers at the other world tried to kill him, but after smacking their cheeks, they told of a legendary blaze dragon at the flame shrine. The dragon threatens to burn down the village if they don't do anything. They require a brave hero to slay the dragon, but to do that they need the Ice Clan's freezing god sword. Only problem is the sword is trapped in ice, and the only way to melt that ice is to melt the ice surrounding a female's heart. Mabel. In summary, you have to make Mabel happy to get a sword to slay a dragon to save the villagers. Sounds like the typical arc for an RPG, right? Ojisan decides I'ma skip the story arc and slays the dragon without the sword, fosterizing the entire storyline. Of course, he does so unintentionally and has no idea what should have happened and how it could have ended in him building a harem. In the other world, Ojisan may have been the village savior, but he still ate alone. In his room, Mabel came to see him and seek of advice. How do I become stronger? She's a shut-in, a neat, a bum who doesn't want to work, a coward who's extra cowardice, a female who doesn't belong anywhere near the kitchen. So how could she ever possibly become stronger? She's more useless than Sakura. Oji-san tells that being those things is okay. In fact, be whatever you want. It's a free world. A black man's president. The time is 9/11, and a rich white guy shot his girlfriend in the toilet while taking a poop and traumatized the Africans forever. In this amazing world, you can be whatever you want. Mabel offered Oji-san the freezing god sword, but he turned it down, once again fosterizing the storyline. It's the first of 2018, and Takafumi sees an old friend from school, Fujimiya. He invites her over to his apartment, and 30 minutes later, she shows up. Takafumi's not home, and Fujimiya lets herself in to wait for him. Then Oji-san flies in the balcony, unaware that Fujimiya was invited over. Oji-san runs up on Fujimiya like a real gangster, gets on top, and attempts to erase her memory, believing she saw him fly, when Takafumi stops him and tells she's his friend. Oji-san happily bows and thanks her for being his friend. Fujimiya then attempts to make Takafumi cut ties with him, but fails. It ends with Oji-san signing for a bag of rice, both Fujimiya and the delivery man admitting great omens. Subscribe for more videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and comment down below and I can 100% guarantee I'll reply. It's currently No Nut November, so 3 hours of my day have been freed up, which I usually spend nutting. My name's IWD Recaps, peace out.